We are at Kilcoo Camp, which is the host of the Camp Awakening Boys program. It's located in the Haliburton Highlands near Minden, Ontario. We run quite a unique program. We're a camp within a camp is really how we describe ourselves. So we're one cabin group. All of our campers have physical disabilities in a very traditional Canadian able-bodied summer camp.
Over the 2 months of July and August, what we have is we have 4 sessions of 2 weeks, and we have the middle kids, the middle age group, come in the first session, and then we have the youngest kids who are anywhere from 8 to 11, and then come in the second session, which is the end of July, and then we have mid-camp, which is 3 or 4 days, over which the staff can take a break, get their batteries recharged, and then in August we have the Voyageur section, which is the oldest section, and that's anywhere from 14 to 18 years old.
Cerebral palsy, spina bifida, muscular dystrophy, amputation. We have a bit of a longer list, but that would be sort of the qualifying for our criteria for our campers. They're independent in their activities of daily living, meaning eating, dressing, and using the bathroom by themselves for the most part. And they can walk with or without an assistive device or use a manual wheelchair on their own. So it's quite a physically demanding program, so we do have to have that criteria in place.
We are at Camp Awakening and we are sitting at cabin 25. This is where we sleep, and I've had a lot of fun today. And it's we've been canoeing, we've been windsurfing, and we've been doing archery and ceramics, and it was a lot of fun today.
So we wake up at 8 o'clock, and then we have polar bears, which is when the boys can go down to the lake and take a quick dip before breakfast. Then we'll have breakfast at 8:30, flag raising, different national anthem every day. It's always a surprise. Boys want to know what kind of nationality it is. And then we have breakfast, then we have quick cabin cleanup, and then we'll have 3 activities in the morning. And then we'll have lunch, followed by a rest hour, which is very important. And then 3 more activities in the afternoon, followed by dinner, and then flag lowering, where we sing it's a camp hymn. It's called Maker of Men, very important. And then after that we have evening program, and then the boys can kind of chill for a bit before they go to bed.
Canoeing and archery. I can't really do that at home because even though there's a pond near me, I don't own my own canoe, or I don't think I'm permitted to canoe there either. So that's the perk of being beside a lake. And then archery, I don't think I'm allowed to shoot arrows in my backyard. It'd be pretty scary to be the guy behind the fence and just have an arrow pop up. I've gone up to 5 arrows, but then that didn't work too well.
We have both a boys program and a girls program, and they're both at single-sex camps. So we have an all-boys program at Kilcoo and an all-girls program at Camp Oconto, which is about 40 minutes north of Kingston. Because our camps are about 3.5 hours away from one another, which makes it a little bit challenging for getting the boys and the girls together, but we do try and actually get our senior campers, so those that are sort of 16 plus that come in our August sessions, and we try and get them to meet up on canoe trip. So we actually just had the boys from session 3 and the girls from session 3 just met up on Monday night in Algonquin Park. The girls were just starting out on their 4-day trip. The boys were just wrapping up their 4-day trip, and they were able to get together for a big dinner and campfire and to share stories and share the songs and traditions from each other's camps. So it was kind of neat. We accept 56 campers over the course of a summer, so that's 28 boys and 28 girls, because we do have the 2 different programs. So we have 7 campers in a 2-week session, and they are taken care of by 4 staff members. So 3 of them are paid by Camp Awakening. They're our full-time staff members, our counseling staff. And then we have a leader in training from one of our host camps on placement with us. So they're sort of the field team of who's going to come and join our Camp Awakening staff in future summers, so they get some real experience on the job.
We take the boys on a canoe trip. We just got back from a 4-day trip to Obiango, which is in Algonquin Park, and the boys had a great time there. We can modify each session to the boys' special needs, but for the most part we do a canoe trip every single session, and then just regular camp activities.
Go, baby, go!
One of the big issues that's facing a lot of kids, those with physical disabilities as well as their able-bodied peers, is that issue of transition. And so it's a little bit more prominent in kids with physical disabilities, given that they're going to be heading off to university or college, hopefully, or maybe moving into an apartment of their own, getting their first full-time job. And I think that there's a lot of life skills that can be learned at camp. And one of the best parts is, of course, they don't really realize that they're learning them because they're having fun while they're doing it. But you're learning a lot. I mean, obviously, independence is one of the number one. You're spending 2 weeks away from mom and dad and learning to do some of those things on your own that maybe your parents have been doing for you, and you realize that you really are quite capable of tying your shoes and taking care of your own belongings and those sort of things. I think they're also learning, you know, if you've ever paddled a canoe with someone, you're learning a lot of compromise, communication, cooperation, conflict resolution potentially. You're sharing a cabin with 6 other boys as well as your counseling staff. So you're learning a lot of things, these amazing lifelong learnables, as we call them within the camping community, that kids aren't necessarily taught in the classroom, and I think that's what makes camping so unique and is such a benefit to those transition years between high school and moving on to whatever you're going to do as an adult.
Food's pretty good. For breakfast, they give a lot of eggs and cereal. Lunch, it's a lot of burger type food. And dinner's like different types of meat, like beef and chicken and pork some nights. So yeah, it's pretty good. Most of the times it's good.
Yeah? That?
Yeah.
Alright, so we'll let you shoot, and then we also play Brown Eyed Girl. Oh! Alright, a little more left this time.
Yeah.
Today's parents in general are risk averse and a little bit overprotective. It's kind of funny because sometimes it's parents themselves that went to summer camp for like a month when they were 7 and they're not thinking that their 12-year-old is quite ready for 2 weeks. But I think more than that, it's there's also some within the school system who maybe don't realize how able our campers are. And I have a great story about a camper who came to Camp Awakening for the first time, and she was in elementary school, so when she went back to the first day of school, it's that very traditional, what did you do on your summer vacation? She told all of her classmates about her incredible Camp Awakening experience and the fact that she rode a horse and she went on a canoe trip and she slept in a tent and she built a campfire and she was canoeing and kayaking and swimming and just, you know, the laundry list of all these amazing experiences. And her classmates and her teacher really didn't believe her. She used a wheelchair and they didn't think that that was something that she was capable of. And it was awesome that her mom sent her back the very next day with her photo album and was able to show everybody that yes, she is absolutely able to do all of these same things as her able-bodied peers.
I can only say things will only get better.
It makes me feel pretty awesome that we're doing really great work, and I think you know, we have a lot of people that are committed to the Camp Awakening experience, and I think that we're doing something pretty outstanding. It's the magic of summer camp.
And I guess that's why they call it the blues.
Nice!
We're trying so hard to maintain the family feel that we have to our organization. We're small, we're grassroots, we're serving 56 kids a summer. So though we've served hundreds of kids since our first summer here at Kilcoo in 1983, we're still a small community, and I think we like that feel, and we try to connect with our alumni as often as we can. We try and maintain those relationships with our fabulous donors who've been supporting us from the beginning. It's really important to us that everyone feels like they're a part of Camp Awakening, because it certainly, as cheesy as it sounds, it does take a village, and we believe strongly that we want people to identify with the good work that we're doing and to really love the Camp Awakening experience.